Many YouTube content creators want to use their favorite songs in their videos, but they can't because those songs are copyrighted. Some people think that just crediting the artist or stating that you don't own the rights to the music in the video's comments makes it legal to use the song in question. That's not the case. To use copyright music in your YouTube video, you need to get permission from the copyright holder. And here's how. Now, before I begin, I just want to state that I'm not a lawyer or an expert at this, and this is not legal advice. It's just what I did to get permission to use music in my videos. So, step one. Step one is to find out who the copyright controller is. Some artists control their own copyrights, especially indie artists or small-time up-and-comers. If this is the case, you can just look up their website and there should be contact information. Then just contact them directly, and then you can ask them. In that case, just skip to step 3 of this video. Now, most of the big-time artists, however, don't manage their own songs directly. You're not going to be able to contact Metallica or Madonna or someone directly to ask them for permission. Instead, there is a publisher that handles all of the licensing permissions for the songs. The first step is to find out who that is, and a good place to start with that is either at the BMI website or the ASCAP website, although there's others. Here we have a search tool where we can search for the artist in question. Now, I'm going to just go over there. Let's take a look here, and I'll just go to bmi.com. And let's say I'm looking for an artist like U2. Okay. Now, over here, we can see their repertoire search. And so let's see if U2 is one of their artists. Okay, so we take a look. U2. Okay. And we can see, I don't think that U2 is one of their artists here. So what we'll do is head over to ASCAP. Okay, there's the ASCAP website. Search their repertoire. So go. Okay, I agree. And what we're going to do is we're going to look for performers, and we will look up U2. Okay, now you can see there's tons of ones. These are all the things that U2 has done. Okay, so U2 does go with ASCAP here. So we're going to look up just U2, and there's a list of all their songs. Okay, so let's say, for instance, I don't know, let's choose 40 as one of the songs that we wanted to cover or just use. Okay, so 40, there's the band members of U2, and here, this is the important information here. The publishers, administrators, and Universal Music Publishing International. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy that. Okay. Now I know who the publisher is. I know who to ask. So what I'm going to do is go over and look at the publisher's website. Okay, so I'm going to go to Google and just look up the publisher. Okay, Universal Music Publishing Group. Okay, now here, sometimes it's hard to find on the website, but you just have to kind of look around. Okay, so lucky. Music search and license request. Now the first thing I would do is do a music search just to see if this is actually the right place. Otherwise you're going to end up wasting their time. Okay, so let's look up YouTube here. Okay, and it's hard to tell. Let's look up YouTube 40 if that's the song I wanted to use. Okay, there it is. Okay, and you could probably play it just to see if it's actually the case, but I'm pretty confident that this is the right one. Okay, now once we go to license request, okay, select media type. Now this is super important because it depends on how you're using the music, what type of license you need. Okay, if you're just putting it onto a CD, then it's a mechanical license. If you're covering it like in public, then it's a performance license. If you're using it in a YouTube video, like this video is for, then it's called a sync license. Okay, so let's click this, and I think it's this one, internet. Okay, so then what they're going to have here is, in this case, we have a form to fill out. Okay, and it says all fields required. Okay, so basically, what you have to do is fill out this form, and they will get back to you. Okay. Now, if they don't have a form, often the website will just have an email of someone who to contact. In that case, you have to write them a letter. Okay. Now, remember that you're probably asking them to let you use the music for free. So it's important to write a proper letter and not waste their time. Okay, so there's some things you're going to have to include. It's going to be like your name, okay, the name of the artists, the name of the song, okay, the song's timing. Now, when it says the song's timing, what they mean is how much of the song are you going to use? Okay, just the first 30 seconds or the whole song or whatever. Okay, the nature of the use. So what are you using it for? Okay, they're going to want to know that. For instance, like if I wanted to use a U2 song and then I put it like on, say, like a racist video or for pornography or something like that, U2's probably not going to want their video or their song used in that, so they're probably going to decline you. So it's important to be honest about how you're going to use the music. Okay. The next thing is, are you using the original recording or are you covering it? Okay, so if you're using the original recording, what that means is you're using it like as if you downloaded it from iTunes or you ripped it from the CD or whatever. Okay, a cover is when you're performing the song on your own. Okay, and the last thing that you're going to want to know is profit or non-profit. Okay, so are you going to be making money from the video in any way? Okay, so if you make money from the video in any way, then it's for profit. That means if it's on YouTube and you monetize the video, that's for profit. Okay, so you have to be honest about all of those things. Now, I've written a sample letter. It's available on my website. Okay, it's not a very great website, but here they are. There's in doc, PDF, and a rich text format, and it's a form letter that you can download and fill out if you don't want to write your own. Okay, now the next step is to just wait for a response. Okay? In my experience, the wait time can vary largely depending on who you're asking. Okay, so for the Pogues, Adrena Thorpe, and the Lumineers, I got permission within 24 hours. Okay. However, when I contacted Kina Granis, who is an indie artist, it took about 3 to 4 weeks for her to get back to me. Okay, but that's because she contacted me personally because she doesn't have a publisher, right? And when I contacted the publishers for Foster the People's Pumped Up Kicks and for Bon Iver's Michigan, I just never got a response from them at all. Okay, now, if you don't get a response, you just can't use it. Okay, you can maybe email again, but if they're not going to respond to you, then you just can't use it. Okay. Next step would be make your video. Okay, remember to leave a credit in the description thanking the publisher and the artist for allowing you to use the music with permission. That's just a nice way to thank them. Okay. Another thing though is to really, if you said you're going to use the song in a certain way, then you have to use it in that way. Okay, don't change the way you use the song. Okay, also, getting permission to use a song in one video doesn't mean you can use the song in every video from then on, unless you specifically asked for permission to do that. Okay. Step 6. After you publish your video, YouTube will send you a copyright infringement notification because you trigger their automated detection program. Okay, just respond to the notice saying that you have permission, and that should be the end of the process. Okay. Now keep in mind that falsely claiming to have copyright permission is a crime, and you can be prosecuted for not being honest about this. Okay. And that's really it. Okay. Now there are some frequently asked questions about this that I get a lot of. Okay, so a common one is, once I get permission, how will YouTube know that I have it? Okay. Well, they don't when you first upload the video. Okay, but when they send you the copyright infringement form, then you respond to it and you tell them that you have copyright permission to use the video, and if they ask you for proof of that, you should be able to provide the emails that you have with the licensor or the publisher, and then you can use that as proof to demonstrate you actually do have permission. Okay. The second most frequent question I probably get is, can you help me find or get permission? Unfortunately, I can't. All right, my life is just too busy, and I can't help hundreds of people to get permission. Okay. Another question is, do I need to contact the artist directly? Okay. No. The artists hire the publishers because they don't want you to contact them directly. Okay. It's not that they don't want you to. It's just they don't have time to answer millions of requests for different things. Okay. Can I request permission after I've already made and posted a video? Of course you can. But what I would do is I would just request a permission and say, I've already made this video, and I didn't know that I had to request permission. Is it okay that I used your music or not? And keep in mind though that if they say no, you might have to take down the video. Okay. However, there's another thing is that YouTube has a deal with some of these publishers. It's kind of a blanket deal. And what it allows YouTube to do is allows its users to upload the videos using copyrighted music belonging to certain publishers. And then what it does is it monetizes the videos, and the money it makes from those videos goes to the publisher. So you can't monetize the video if that's the case. Now, if you uploaded a video with YouTube with copyrighted music and YouTube did not send you a copyright notification, and often there's a little iTunes link in the description, that's usually what's happened. Okay, and that's totally fine. That's YouTube's license agreement with those publishers. Okay, what counts as for profit? Okay, so anytime you're making money from the video, that's for profit. Okay, if you just made the video for fun, like let's say it's a wedding proposal video or something like that, then that's not for profit. But if you monetize the video, you get sponsored content, or any way you get money from it, you have to be honest about that, and you have to state that you did make money from the video, or you plan to make money from the video. Okay, what if there's more than one publisher? Well, if there's more than one publisher, then what you should do is just contact the first one, state how you're using the video, okay, and if they're the wrong one, then they'll usually direct you to the right one. Okay, the reason why it's often published, they have different publishers for different regions or for different uses. Okay, so just contact the first one and ask them if they're the right one. If they're not, they'll direct you to the right one. Okay, what about other media like video games or movies? Okay, well, if that's the case, you have to still contact the copyright owner, although with video games it's much more difficult to find who it is. I would try and contact the video game creating studio like Electronic Arts or Lionshead or whatever it is that you're using, and just contact them directly and ask for permission. Some video game companies are going to be really stingy about that, and they're just going to say no. Other ones are going to be great with it and just say yes, but it's kind of a toss-up with video game companies. Okay. Another question is, what if I just use the music in the background of my video? Well, what really counts as the background? That's the thing, is they're not going to really care that you just use it for the background or not. You still need permission to use it if it's in your video at all, right? What if I change the music in some way? Okay, so some people say, well, what if I speed up the video or the music, or I play it backwards, or I just use an instrumental form of it? It doesn't matter. You're still using the song. You still need permission. Okay. There's two more. One is that people always say, I tried and they didn't respond. What do I do now? The best you can do is just try again, right, or quit. Okay, because if they're not going to contact you back, then there's really nothing you can do. It's kind of like if you said, like, you asked someone to borrow money and they just didn't talk to you, they didn't respond. Okay, the only thing you can do is just ask again or give up. Okay, and the last thing, it's not really a question, but often people say, like, oh, the music industry people are bastards and they're so greedy and they don't want to share and let us use their music, and I'm helping them anyways. Well, you might think you're helping them, okay, but keep in mind that by giving you permission, they actually have to do work to set out that license and everything, and that's work that they're doing at no profit, so they're really kind of helping you out. Okay? The purpose of the music is, like, for the artists, is yes, they do want to make their music and enjoy their craft, but they do want to be able to make a living from their music. And it's most artists I talk to really don't like it when people use their music and make money from their music without actually getting or crediting them or giving them their proper due, right? So please be respectful of it. Artists are businesses just the same as everyone else. Like, I believe that everyone should enjoy a Slurpee, but it doesn't mean I can go to 7-Eleven or whatever my local store is and just take a Slurpee from there. Okay, so please be responsible and respectful of the artist's time and their energy, and and please ask for permission before you use the videos. Now, if you have any other questions, feel free to drop them into the comments of the video. And if you like this video, please remember to like and subscribe. Thanks a lot, and I hope this helps.